Let's apply the Byzantine general's logic dilemma to the context of Bitcoin. Each general represents a network node. These nodes need to reach a general agreement or consensus on the current state of the Bitcoin network. This is done by the majority. If the majority of nodes agree, they all execute the same action to avoid failure. Bitcoin, as a distributed system with no central authority, needs a majority of reliable and honest nodes. If the majority of nodes are dishonest, the system fails and comes under attack. This is where the term 51% attack comes from, where dishonest actors become the majority of nodes. So how is dishonesty detected? In Bitcoin's blockchain, this is done through what is called hashes, which provide proof that the nodes are putting in effort or work for the network. Nodes put the data through a special hash function that generates only one possible result, a long string of characters known as a hash. Because even a tiny change to the data results in a completely different hash, this method prevents fraud. For instance, even if someone tried to alter a transaction by the tiniest possible amount of Bitcoin, the resulting hash will be totally unrecognizable from the original correct hash. Importantly, this hash function is a one-way street. You can't look up the original data from the hash, you can only check that the data generating the hash matches the original. Think of this hash function as a huge mathematical puzzle that would take humans hundreds of years to solve, but only minutes for a modern computer. The Bitcoin network considers this hashing as work, constantly churning out puzzles for nodes to solve and submit as work. When a node solves a puzzle, all other nodes check the hash generated, and the majority agree it matches the original data, proving the node indeed solved the puzzle. This is how Bitcoin's consensus algorithm is referred to as proof of work. The reward for solving a puzzle? The right to enter a new block of information into the blockchain, the fees generated by the transaction entered into the block, and an amount of new Bitcoin generated by the block. Bitcoin's mechanisms also continuously adjust the difficulty of the puzzles it spits out, so that an average puzzle takes 10 minutes. This is why Bitcoin blocks are added roughly every 10 minutes. If puzzles are too easy, the difficulty setting goes higher. Conversely, if it takes too long to find a block, the difficulty setting is lowered. Over time, Bitcoin's difficulty setting has increased tremendously as more and more computers come to mine Bitcoin, adding their computing power to the overall network. Proof of work makes it almost impossibly difficult and expensive to alter the blockchain, since a single alteration in one block requires a remining of all subsequent blocks. It also makes it financially unfeasible for a single user or organization to monopolize the network's computing power. This is how Bitcoin has managed to secure its network from hacks, tampering, and attacks for over a decade, with its blockchain becoming more difficult to defeat each day.